Hey there, I wanted to share two interesting ways that rye and soybean are good at adapting to adverse planting conditions. So for rye, oftentimes its biomass production is not going to be very dependent on its seeding rate. So between 30 versus 60 pounds per acre of seed or 60 versus 100, you're not going to see a whole lot of difference between the biomass that it produces, and it's going to be more dependent on when you plant and harvest the rye and basically how much time it has to grow. And soybeans similarly have a great way of adapting to maybe lower seeding rates or low germination because they have a great branching ability. So for instance, in this plot here, in my thesis project, we had a rye cover crop treatment, and that rye was terminated about a week before these beans were planted. So there was a pretty thick mat of rye over this plot at the time of planting. There was a lot more residue that these plants had to fight through in order to grow versus on this side, we had a harvested rye treatment. So there's much less residue, and that on top of some unfavorable weather conditions that led to less germination than we were hoping for and a pretty low plant population on this side. You can see now that 2 months later, the growth is pretty similar in these two plots, even though the plant populations are so different. And that is because of the beans' ability to branch out and make up for unused space.